So please tell us about the movie Catching Feelings.
Catching Feelings is it's a story of infidelity, trust in relationships. It's a comedy. It also talks about South Africa, Joburg. It touches on kind of like social conditions and stuff. But it's mostly very funny and about relationships, and it's sexy as well. It's great. Have you watched it?
Yes.
Very sexy. I think it's sexy.
It is sexy.
There we go.
Talking about the sexy part, so there was the 6 scenes there, right? And I heard that Pearl Thusi made you guys also go naked. How was that for everyone on set?
It was a first. It was always kind of daunting to do like a sex scene because how do you do it, And Andrew, he's like a grown man. I studied with Andrew at university. I kind of went, then it was like, how do we get into it? And then it's always for me as technical as possible. I had like reference pictures where I was like, I want this to happen, I want that. And I didn't want it to be like this full on where you're seeing I wanted it to happen in the mind of the viewer, a lot of it suggested. So and then we got in there, and then it's like, people have taken their clothes. Pearl said, you know what, for me to be even more comfortable, you almost take off your clothes as well. And then everybody was good, I guess, crew, very camaraderie. Everybody took off their pants and tops, and we did the scene. And it was pretty, to the point, those ones, do this, do that. I had I had what I needed to get, the shots, the images that I needed to get to kind of conjure up that hardcore sex in the mind of the viewer. And I didn't want it to be those cheesy, slow rubs, I didn't want it to be those rose petal scenes.
Okay, so what would you say was the hardest scene for you guys to shoot?
The hardest, let me think. The table scene technically was the hardest because there were so many people at the table and there were so many kind of elements. Like the coverage of that was the first thing we shot as well. So that technically I'd say that was, even to cut, was like quite a mission to do that. And another scene where Heine and, that was actually more difficult to cut than to shoot, where Heine and Max meet the first time where they're having an argument, where it's almost like an introduction. And then the part where Pearl and my character have their kind of blowout, the emotional, that was for me, like just emotionally and performance-wise, But generally, it was easy going.
Okay, now talking from the director's perspective, which scene was the hardest?
There was a scene where it's a night scene where my character has got to go to Cape Town the next day, and then Pearl's character and Heine, it's like one of those, I'll take you to the airport. It's like a simple scene when you look at it, but to shoot it, because everybody was tired, it was late at night, it was just, the focus, and also the kind of trying to do different things. When you go, how do I cover this? And we've done this, we've done that. I need something fresh. That was, I would say that as a director was the most difficult. Because also the people going, yo man, what are we doing?
Now
it's like, yo, it's late, tell us what to do, and then you're also still trying to figure it out. That was very bad.
Okay. So from the movie, you raised up a lot of questions about why people raising black kids and all of that. Like, what would you say that those questions were answered later on the movie, or as director, where exactly were you taking that?
What I want for the people to get out when they leave the theater is to talk about those things. I don't want it to be that, this movie told us about this. I want it to be like that movie flat up all those things. Let's go have a wine and actually chat about these things. That's for me, because it's hard to kind of come and be that conclusively, this is what this movie says. You can do that, but I always enjoy movies that kind of give me movies that give me questions. Where I can go and be like, oh wow, okay, that was interesting. Oh, that was, I watched the movie with like an Afrikaans guy recently, which I never thought it was that intense, the racial stuff. It's very entertaining, And as a black guy, you have a different way. When you watch those movies, you're like, that guy, he's crazy, he's funny, he's talking about these things in this way, he's very negative, blah, blah, blah. But then this white guy was like, oh, so is this, that's how the people think, yeah? That's it, you know? And then I was like, oh, but he had never encountered, it just went to show that we're not really interacting in South Africa, you know, and we're not sharing these ideas. Because for him, it was like it was the first time he heard black people speaking like that, you know? I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting, you know?
Yeah.
And if I had known, I would have even gone harder, because I thought, I'm like, people are talking about these things, let's not hop on to, you know, let's not hop on. But yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, which is true. Like, I think almost all of us have really asked ourselves those kind of questions. You did 2 movies. I'm not sure if you shot them the same year or what, which is Catching Feelings and Madrid, right?
Yeah.
When is Madrid coming out?
It's later this year. I mean, Madrid was shot 6 months after we shot this. So it is in the same year. Well, it was over Christmas, New Year's, and stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to giving the audiences my Twitter because it was such a fun ride. It's a blaze. Have you watched it? You haven't watched it?
No,
Nobody's watched that.
Yes.
But it just came. It just had its European premiere in Rotterdam a few weeks ago. The sold out houses, very it's a great thing, man. And it's that Pretoria vibe, you know, which is very, for me, I've always wanted to do that, and then seeing it, and it came out very well, you know, so I'm very happy with that, yeah. So it should be coming out probably later, September, I don't know, those times.
Yeah. Can't wait to see it as well.
Yeah.
So 3 words that you can describe Catching Feelings.
Funny, sexy, thought-provoking. In 1 word. So that's 4 words, but thought-provoking. Yeah.
We should be flying to somewhere exotic like India or South America, have magic mushrooms, run away naked in faraway forest. You can focus on your writing, and then we can talk about babies and a big house.
We'll be deep in our 40s by then, and everybody will be going, oh wow, what cute grandchildren you have.
Come on, baby, feed my soul.
Heine Miller is coming to town.
I am overwhelmed with the warm reception that I've received back in the country of my birth.
Why did you run off to Australia? Come on.
Why must you racialize everything? It's so unnecessary.
I racialize everything because I'm South African. It's my culture.
Look at me. I'm a white guy. I'm not going to live forever. I'm going to enjoy some of this whiteness. Plus, I'm rich and famous, so I can.
Must be awesome.
Hey.
Must be so cool.
Some of these kids are in my class.
Max, don't be conservative. Give them access to your mind. Water their seeds of knowledge.
Do you realize that you've been drunk every single day?
Call an ambulance! So he's staying with you now? Huh? Aren't you going to Cape Town soon? You left the guy with your wife at home.
Have you ever slept with a married woman?
More than once.
Oh, you Africans don't learn. Oh, you Africans know your Africa way. That dude is gonna colonize that ass. What's up?
Oh, let's just this. What's up?